Hi. So I'm not ritualistic at all, but I love all these rituals or traditions that we follow, whether it's the Lent, whether it's Ramadan, whether it's Prayushan, whether it's Shraddh, and whether it's Navratri. What these times of collective common thought process and fasting and let go of this, let that coming. For example, Navaratri is 9 days, right? So outside of what we know, it's also moving away from your pravritti or your nature or personality of tamas to rajas to sattvic, right? Over the 3 plus 3 plus 3 days. And it's a very brilliant concept which allows you to go deeper into your own psyche. And this year, I think I've really had like from Shad to now, there has been a lot of thought because the Shad has been significant. There have been deaths uh, and Navratri this year has been significant because there have been massive changes. So having said that, so while I was looking at this, every Navratri I try to kind of add something and remove something. And of course, the addition this year by default has been writing and poetry. And poetry has really been very helpful. So has improv. So this just ability to self-express in different ways has been brilliant as an addition. But I also had to look at what to remove. And when I was looking at this, I somehow went deeper into my own family history and realized that as a family of last 3 generations, that is what I could track. There are two patterns that we've had to deal with. One is, of course, violence, and the second is alcoholism. So these were two things that I realized that if something has to be let go, I mean, these have to be let go. And of course, women are not obviously violent. I mean, they're not killing people in that sense. They were not in the army, etc. But violence can be emotional, mental, psychological, verbal, any of that, right? You could be pestering somebody, calling them in the middle of the night 5 times. It could be any of that. So that is something that now I'm like, okay, violence is a tendency that has to be let go of. You could also be violent towards yourself, and you could kill yourself with your ambitions in that sense, and what you want out of life. And if you don't get it, then how do you deal with it, right? How do you deal with rejection, abandonment, all of that? So violence is one thing, but alcohol, I mean, alcohol has only come into my life at times of sadness or when I'm not able to process emotions. But now that something is coming in the form of poetry for expression, why do I need alcohol? I actually don't. So this ability to express yourself clearly without a crutch, without an aid, has been a brilliant realization. And of course, we have used the 9 days, and actually even days before the Shraddh, all of this has been building up to this. So last 1 month or so has been about these two patterns of violence and alcohol. And violence is more psychological than anything else, by yourself and by others to you. And letting go. So yeah, I mean, I'm very, very excited about never ever drinking again, and to being gentler, more empathetic. Let's see where this goes.